I got off to a slow start again. I've done the majority of my scoring this week on the back nine, and that's the way it went today as well. But I guess it was a little breezier today, so it probably just took me a few holes to adjust to that. And once I got a bit more comfortable, I started to hit some good shots and give myself more opportunities for birdies. And I putted very well on the back nine. I held a couple of good ones on the front nine too, but I felt like I putted well on the back nine, and was able to take a few of those birdie chances.
And was the start anything to do with how you're feeling this morning? A bit down.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a great night last night. I was up at about 4 o'clock and had a bit of a fever, but not really. I mean, I had a really good warm up. I hit the ball great on the range, and then just had a bit of a slow start. But I guess once I got into the round, the heat probably helps a little bit, and the adrenaline of the round, the adrenaline of being in contention, gets you through.
And the rest of Dubai might be over, Rory, but this tournament certainly isn't. We've got a blockbuster finish tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think everyone was looking forward to number 1 and number 2 duel tomorrow, and that's the way it's panned out. So I know I'm excited about it, and I'm sure a lot of people are. So it'll be a great way to finish the 2012 European Tour season.
Thanks for that. Take some questions, please.
Well, I mean, if you look at it logically, it means he's due a bogey. So hopefully that may be the case.
Joy.
Rory, can you just tell us about your shots onto the 14th and how important was that eagle in context of where you are placed right now?
Yeah, I played the 14th very well this week actually, but I had a great drive down there and had 234 yards to the pin, and hit a 4-iron just sort of right at the middle of the green. I wasn't trying to get too aggressive with it. I was just trying to hit it on the green somewhere and give myself at least a chance for eagle and probably a 2-putt birdie. But I got up there and it was 25, 30 feet away, and I guess it was a downhill putt that I was just trying to get close, and it was on a good line and it was a good speed, and it was a bonus that it went in, and obviously that got me tied for the lead, which was nice.
Mike.
Was there a point today where you said, okay, I'm back and this is going to be okay, or was there a shot or a hole where you felt, okay, I'm back on track, and then it started to roll that back nine?
Yeah, I guess there was a little stretch around the start of the back nine. I birdied 11 and birdied 12, hit a great shot into 13 and didn't make the birdie putt there, and then eagle 14. So that little stretch was obviously very important, and got those few shots back that I got those few shots that I needed to catch a look up, I suppose.
Rory, because you've already won the money list and you've been feeling crap, for want of a better expression here.
Very eloquent.
Jimmy Corrigan there, Telegraph correspondent.
It would have been easy, or people would think it would have been easy for you just to slink into the sunset, go on holiday and sort of coast free. Are you proud of the fact you haven't done that?
I guess, yeah. But I wanted to finish the season well, and I feel like this is a golf course and a really big tournament that I want to play well in, and I want to, I guess, just finish off in great style, and I've given myself a chance to do that tomorrow. So I guess I'm proud of myself the way I've hung in there, and I haven't been feeling great the last couple of days, and still being able to play some good golf. But yeah, I mean, I've been very motivated this week for some reason. I guess coming off the back of a miscut last week, you're motivated to try and get back in the right direction and keep going forward.
Have you had many battles with Luke? I don't think you have you?
No, I don't think so. I remember I played with him in the last round of the Dunhill Links in might have been 07 when I got my card. Maybe, I'm not sure, or it might have been the year after. But not really had many battles with him. I said yesterday it's probably the courses that we do well on are probably different. He sort of excels on the shorter, tighter courses, and I guess I play better on the longer courses, and that's probably why we haven't went into the final 18, battling each other before, but obviously this is the first time, and it should be good.
Derek.
Luke reckoned on the 12th today you probably have a sun wedge where he was hitting in a 6-iron. When you have that such a huge advantage off the tee, are there things you have to be wary of mentally?
I guess, yeah. You have to sort of feel like you're taking advantage of it before it starts to eat away at you. There's no point in hitting these big drives up the middle of the fairway if you can't make birdies from them. So, luckily enough, I was able to birdie the 12th off that tee shot. But yeah, I mean, that's I guess something that has frustrated me a little bit this week. I have driven the ball so well and maybe not taking advantage of it all the time. But I mean, obviously it's going to be hard to take advantage of it all the time. But yeah, I've driven the ball really well this week, and hopefully I can continue to do that tomorrow and give myself a little bit of an advantage off the tee.
Brilliant.
Rose, I was talking to Mark Warren a few minutes ago, and he said how pleased he was to play with you today. But could you perhaps talk about his game and how much you enjoyed playing with him? And he did say last time he played with you was US Open qualifying at Walton Heath.
Yeah, that's right. He's a good player. He's a very good player. He's obviously, like, for want of a better expression, he's either very good or he goes off the boil a little bit. But his good golf is very good, and he's won twice on tour. He's had a few struggles the last couple of years, but he swings it well. I think he started to work with Pete Cowan over the last couple of years, which I think will really help him. And he's a solid player, hits it long, flights his irons really well. So he's a solid player.
Rory, it's obviously first v second in the world tomorrow. You've worked very hard to get to number one in the world and overtake Luke. I mean, how important is it for you to underline, that you are the number one heading into next year? It's
very important. No matter what happens tomorrow, I guess I'll still be number one going into next year. But it would be nice to put an exclamation mark on it if you want. So yeah, it's very important to me. I really want to win tomorrow. I mean, I think that's obvious. But I want to go out there and play well and just. I guess play the way I have played in final rounds over the last few months. I mean, every time that I've went out with a chance to win, I've played well, and whether that means I've won or been beaten, like in China against Peter Hansen, at least I've still played well and given myself a good chance, and that's what I want to do tomorrow.
In terms of Luke, I mean, do you adjust your game, or you're thinking when you're going up against a guy that's so consistent, doesn't make mistakes, or is it just you got to do what you have to do and?
You just got to concentrate on yourself and not think about what he's doing. I mean, if that means giving yourself a target number to go at, then you do that, or just go and play one hole at a time. But there's no point in trying to make it into a match play sort of scenario, because there's still a few guys behind us that could get off to a fast start and get right back into the tournament. So I got to concentrate on myself and try and shoot the best score that I can, and hopefully that'll be good enough at the end of the day.
Rory, we wish you well with that tomorrow.
Thank you.